Good afternoon and welcome to the groundbreaking ceremony for the Whittaker. My name is Jim Whittaker and I'm the Marketing and Community Coordinator, and I am also a very proud West Seattleite. We are delighted you could join us to celebrate the official start of the project. Our program this afternoon begins with a few words from the development team, Brad Reisinger of Lennar Multifamily Communities, Lance Sherwood of Weingarten Realty, T. Ayer of Whole Foods Market, and then we'll hear from Nancy Woodland of the West Seattle Chamber, and of course West Seattle's most famous native son, Jim Whittaker. After which we'll then walk over and commence the official start of the project. So we'd like to get started, and I'd first like to introduce Brad Reisinger of Lennar Multifamily Communities, who's the Division Northwest President.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out today. Beautiful day. I thought about making a comment about how cold it was, and then I thought about the guy who's sitting here in front of us, and I think he's probably witnessed or experienced a little bit colder. So, but anyhow, Lennar is really excited about this project and about being joining the West Seattle community in general. You know, it really is a special community that we've gotten to know better over the last 2 years. It's such a close-knit community. You know, I look at the other neighborhoods around Seattle and other cities, and you know, every neighborhood has neighborhood organizations, but there's something about West Seattle. In particular, what I picked up on when you talk to people around the city, you know, everybody's from Seattle, they're from Bellevue, they're from Issaquah. People from West Seattle always say that they're from West Seattle. Most people don't claim their neighborhood. And I thought about, you know, why is it? Is it the geographical separation? I think maybe that has something to do with it. You know, the density, the planning, the architecture is not necessarily distinctive from other neighborhoods. I don't know if that's it. Definitely the views. I mean, everywhere you look, you have great views in Seattle. The people, the skyline, the water. I think that has something to do with it. But what I really picked up on this weekend, actually at an event that Clay held with the West Seattle Historical Society, people that move to West Seattle stay here. You know, whether it was, you know, the original pioneer families who then turned around and donated land that become schools and parks, and their ancestors are still here. The music industry, which was focused on, you know, people that moved here for the music industry, and some of them made it pretty big, and they could live anywhere in the world, yet they continue to call West Seattle home. So yeah, every experience we've had here is just really refreshing to us, and makes us more and more excited about joining this community and being a long-term member of the community. An adage of climbing, you know, this is a great event. You know, it's a milestone event, but it's really like we've reached base camp. It took a lot of work to get to base camp, a lot of planning, selecting the right team, and a lot of that team is, you know, standing up and sitting down here in front of me. There we go. But we have an exceptional team, and it has taken a lot of planning and a lot of preparation to get to base camp. But we still have a big climb in front of us, a little over 2 years. We look very much forward to standing here with everybody in 2 years at the summit and celebrating the grand opening of, you know, what's surely to be a great residential building, a great retail building, a great Whole Foods, and an asset to this community that's named after and has the ethos of one of the great residents of West Seattle. So on behalf of Lennar Multifamily, I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming. Thank you to everybody who's participated and helped us get this far. And I guess I'll introduce Lance Sherwood, our partner from Weingarten Realty. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is a beautiful day here in West Seattle. The sun is shining and it's mid-November. What a beautiful, warm day. And as I'd like to piggyback on what Brad was saying about the community, what a great community West Seattle is. When we started this project, we took a look at the planning documents and all the information about West Seattle. And you all worked with the city to develop the triangle plan. And thanks to you and the city and everyone involved in this project, your vision for your neighborhood of West Seattle is coming true. This is the reality of your vision. And it's just a fantastic day. We're very excited to be here. We're very excited to be partnering with Lennar on this project. And of course, Whole Foods, our anchor tenant on this project. We have done a number of other projects, of course, with Whole Foods. And it's just a fantastic afternoon. So thank you very much. Thank you for everything through this process. And I'd like to thank a number of the West Seattle Chamber, all the neighborhood organizations working through the process with the city. It was truly a team effort and a community effort to get to this point. And we're very excited to complete the process and the project in the next 2 years. So I'd like to introduce now Pierre, the Regional Vice President of Store Design for Whole Foods.
I'm used to talking to a bunch of team members, so this might be a little bit different. But first of all, as a representative of all the team members of Whole Foods, certainly here in the our Pacific Northwest region, we want to just thank you all so much. There's been so much partnership already. And the opportunity to stand here today, we couldn't be more excited about the project that we're about to embark on round 2. And I do kind of feel like I'm at base camp right now. Just as a little short note, I'm standing in front of one of my all-time heroes. I am an REI team member. Like Whole Foods, there's once you're a team member at REI, you're always a team member. It's the same for Whole Foods, and honestly, I'm just thrilled today to just be sitting here leading up on a project with the name Whittaker on it. So thanks for number 1 full-time team member REI. We really do approach all of our stores as little mini snowflakes. We actually refer to them that way. Every single one of the stores that we designed is directly related to the input from the communities that we serve. If you walk around and get a chance to see this Whole Foods that we're about to deliver, I promise you that you will see West Seattle in it, because you're going to be a part of creating it. It already's happened. We've already had an opportunity over the last 2 years to get a chance to get to know each other. We're really excited about the next phase and getting a chance to go deeper into what that looks like and how we serve you. That's what it's all about. Many of our team members, I'm looking at a lot of them right now, our neighbors right here, dedicated and completely in deep commitment to their West Seattle community, and looking forward to being able to open the doors here. So we listen, and we're going to listen some more. We have an opportunity to encourage you to participate, and I promise you that there will be opportunities that are laid down before you, and please use your voice, because that's how we rock and roll at Whole Foods, and that's how we want to engage here too. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for this opportunity, and thanks again, partners.
I'm back. Next, I'd like to introduce my friend, Nancy Woodland. Nancy has been a part of this project in her role as the chair of the West Seattle Chamber of Commerce. In addition, Nancy also serves as the executive director of Westside Baby, a nonprofit that provides basics for children in need in our community and beyond. Since 2001, they've distributed $12 million in diapers, clothing, equipment, and other critical items. Nancy Woodland.
Thank you. I am here speaking on behalf of the West Seattle Chamber of Commerce. We have been so lucky to be invited by all of the participants. There we go. It didn't work. All right, I'm going to try one more time. So as a leader with the West Seattle Chamber of Commerce, we have been really thrilled to be invited to participate in this process over the course of the several years that it's been in discussion. And when I say that, I don't just mean that we were invited to participate in some of the design reviews and invited to all the public meetings, but our emails were returned. We had phone calls that we could have with Weingarten and with Lennar and with Whole Foods over the course of that time to ask the questions that really mattered to our chamber members. And the result of that, in my opinion, is that we have landed on something pretty fabulous. So we have Whole Foods coming, which is going to introduce jobs and opportunities and some fantastic shopping, in addition to the other shopping opportunities we have at grocery stores nearby. So that's fantastic. And Whole Foods has demonstrated already that they are ready to be really important parts of the West Seattle community. And that matters a lot to me. It matters because of the chamber, it matters because of my role as a nonprofit leader, but it also matters because I'm a neighbor. I live just a few blocks from here, so I watched it through that lens as well. And I will say that both Lennar and Weingarten are already demonstrating their involvement in the community. And the Chamber of Commerce is really focused on the economic development of West Seattle, and part of that thrives on the underlying support and the community involvement of all the people, all the citizens, and all of the corporate partners that we have related to that. And I want to just say thank you for being patient with the very active community that we have here. People have lots of opinions on a lot of things, and I really appreciate that you listened, you responded in the places that you could, and that you never hung up the phone when people had opinions in any direction. So we thank you for that, and on behalf of the Chamber, welcome to West Seattle.
Jim Whittaker. Jim Whittaker, a true native son of this community. Jim is a born and bred West Seattleite and the first American to reach the peak of Mount Everest on May 1st, 1963, 51 years ago. As CEO, he was pivotal in growing a makeshift backroom operation known as REI into a multi-million-dollar retailing giant. He led both the first American ascent of K2 in 1978 and the successful 1990 Mount Everest International Peace Climb. He sailed across the Pacific Ocean and back with his wife Diane Roberts, who is here today with us as well. He's an internationally known mountaineer, adventurer, and a passionate environmentalist. Jim's story inspires every single one of us here today to enjoy the outdoors. We're delighted and honored to have the project's namesake here with us today, Jim Whittaker.
I'd like to introduce my wife, Diane Roberts, companion and adventure. 41 years, going on 42. That's a pretty good teammate association together. So it's beautiful. 85 years ago, it didn't quite look like this when I was born. 82 years ago, when I can remember things. So there were a few more trees, a few less cars, but it was West Seattle. It was beautiful. A lot of vacant lots. I lived in Harbor Heights. We'd go into Mother. How I learned about the outdoors. Mother said, "Go outside and play." Because we'd be wrestling in the house, breaking furniture, you know. Go outside and play. So we went outside, began to play, looked at the trees, climbed trees, walked down to Arroyo Beach. It was Sand Pit, it was called then. Arroyo Beach in West Seattle. Walked down Lincoln Park, swim in the old mud, the old Pullman pool, and the old mud. I see a few heads old enough here to say, I remember that. Yeah, I remember it. And so, I grew up in West Seattle, went to Fauntleroy grade school. That's where I learned to climb. I lived in Arbor Heights up in 9802 44th, and I'd walk down to Fauntleroy grade school, then I'd go back up the hill. Sometimes for lunch, come back down. So we're doing maybe 600, 700, 800 vertical feet every twice a day, up and down. So I think that's where I got the legs and the wind. And so then West Seattle, first James Madison Junior High School, West Seattle High, and then bus back and forth, take the trolley over, I went to Seattle U, graduated from Seattle U. We'd go over the bridge here, West Seattle, you'd look down in the fall, and the fun thing would be to count how many fish were in the air coming out of the Duwamish, because the salmon were jumping, and there'd be fishing boats out there, but the salmon are just popping up, bam, bam, it's amazing. and that's how it looked. And then I began to climb, and from here, Monitor Rock down at Camp Long. That was my first rock climb. Down at Camp Long, we go up to this artificial rock, about 30 feet high, and that's where I began to do more outside work. And then the Boy Scouts Troop 272 in West Seattle, and so forth. So anyway, West Seattle is home, and I love it. We live now, Diane and I, in Port Townsend, Washington, but I've moved a lot. I've had 3 houses in West Seattle. I lived in my parents' home, and then when I grew up and married, I had a house up on the hill overlooking Beach Drive, and the Olympics. But then I looked down the Beach Drive and I loved the water. So here's the waterfront home. So I moved into the waterfront home. Diane and I lived in the waterfront home. We'd walk up to Alki for lunch. Began to have kids, so forth. Moved up to Port Townsend and introduced them to a little more wilderness. But we still have a son here living in West Seattle. He's got a home here in West Seattle, Bobby. And this West Seattle is great. We love it. And I know that they're going to do a unit here, and this was one of the conditions of my name being on it, was let's connect this place with nature as much as we can. You got some trees, how about stick a rock out here? How about, make it look a little, how about a piece of brick? Let's make it look outside, outdoors, because Diane and I both feel there should be no child left inside. Get them outside. Get them outside. It's better for them, and it's better for the planet. And so, it has changed here a little bit. And if you think about that, about what's happening and so forth, but Diane and I think it's great. It's great what's happening here. Our sons are growing up, they're looking for places to live. Our son, Leaf, has climbed Everest twice. He's one up on me. Our son has done it twice. And Josh is getting a PhD in archaeology. He's right now in Indonesia, doing research in Indonesia. And these people need places to live. And so to see this area, which is so dynamic, to see the people that live here, and to see the environment we're in, my God. Diane and I have been around the world a couple of times. Where else? Tell me, where else can you get the mountains, and the oceans, and the rivers, and the forests that we have here in the Northwest? You've got the whole enchilada. The whole thing is right here. And so, from this base camp, and we're supposed to see that, we go out from here. You can sail from here to all the major countries in the world and all the biggest cities in the world. Everything is in touch with this base here. And we have growth now of China. And so we're looking east. Maybe more across the Atlantic. We're situated here in a dynamic place. People are moving over here. People, can you hear me? People are coming here from China and other parts of the world because it's America, because we have law and order, because we've got environment, because we've got the things that they like, that they want. So it's a dynamic area. It's got potential. We can reach out. We can have people enjoy the base camp. We can go climbing, sailing, skiing. We've got it all here. So I want to just say I am honored to have my name attached to this structure. I'm honored to be a part of this. And when they said, do you want? You bet. I'd be glad to. If you think about the environment, we got the Whole Foods. God, we got, it's a match. It's a match. It's perfect. So everybody, thanks for the honor. Thanks for the team. Looks like a great team. It took us 3 years to climb Everest. We started in 1960 to get our team together and begin to do this stuff, so forth. So it took 3 years. We got a couple of years here, no big deal. We'll set up the camp, start doing it bit by bit, a foot at a time. Working together, it's going to be a hell of a program.
Woo!
Thank you.
Right on.